So we are here to talk about the 2026 NJCAA Women's Basketball Championship. From South Carolina, like Jersey, home of McNeese State University. They are host. McNeese State University is hosting us for the, and all of these NCAA Division II, Division III championships, NJCAA championships at the different divisions like 1, 2, and 3. Maybe NAIA schools. They might be hosted by like NCAA championship events. The NCAA championship events will be hosted there. I don't know about so much maybe NAIA, but I know NJCAA, all the different divisions, like Division 2, Division 3s. NJCAA, like I said, all divisions. Men's and women's schools. And the men's and women's games in those divisions. Again, all sports are hosted at like Division 1 campuses, which is kind of cool, There's gotta be some financial stuff also, but that's also kind of cool, They have schools like better, like especially for these NJCAA players, even to be in that visiting team soccer room. It might. Sometimes like the visiting team locker rooms, they're smaller than like the big locker rooms. It's still cool to be in like that environment, and you're never used to. Even being in like a Division 1 arena for an NCAA Division 1 arena, And we have Butler. They defeated New Mexico, defeated Butler. It's 82-79. New Mexico did. In New Mexico, the 16 seed stuns number 1 seed Butler with the biggest upset of the tournament. The 16 seed defeats the 1 to go to quarterfinals. That's it. It says 10 p.m. That is 10 a.m. It's meant to be 10 a.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Eastern game in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Then we have game 10. The 2 seed Eastern Arizona blows out the 18 seed Southwestern Illinois, 62-36. Then we have the 11 seed, game 11, the 13 seed Hutchinson. They upset the number 4 seed Northwest Florida State, 64-53 in that game. And then we have game 12, which was the 3 seed Shelton State. In game 12, they defeated the 14 seed Chipola 70-51. So we have now some games from. So we have number 8 seed Walter State on Friday, the 13th, game 13. They'll play State Fair Community College at 11 a.m. Eastern on, New Mexico will play the winner of 8 seed Walter State and 9 seed State Fair. Then, in game 14, the 2 seed Eastern Arizona will play the winner of the 7 seed Southern Idaho and the 10 seed Dodge City. And that's going to be at 1:15 Eastern, 12:15 local time on Saturday. So if you either upset a top 4 seed or you win, or you're a top 4 seed and you win, then you get an automatic day off into the quarters, which is what you want. It's supposed to favor top 4 seeds. But if there is a massive upset, which there was 2 on the left side of the bracket, involving the 1 seed and the 4 seed, it benefits the team who got upset. So, and then they take on, and then the Southern Idaho Dodge City game's at 1:15 Eastern Friday. And then the Shelton State winner in game 16, which is at 5:45 Eastern, 4:45 local time in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Trinity Valley, the 6 seed, in the 11 seed Gulf Coast State, the winner will play Shelton State, the 3 seed, Saturday at 5:45 Eastern, 4:45 local. And then in game 15, the 5 seed Clarington takes on the 12 seed 3 Rivers. And the winner of that game takes on Hutchinson, the 13 seed, with Hutchinson having a day of rest in between their 2 games, in between their second round game and their quarterfinal game. They had a day off between their first round and quarterfinal, or second round game. Excuse me, their first round and second round game. They had a day off of rest, and they weren't, and then they have a day off between the second round and the quarterfinal. And then if they win the quarterfinal, you have a day off of rest between the quarters and the semis. Every team does. So no matter who wins, Sunday there will not be games. And even the men's tournament, like on Thursday, there's no games. So and then Friday, Saturday, there's it's not just because it's like Sunday. Like maybe religious exemptions or don't want to play because of that. Nah, nothing to do with that. So Clarendon and Three Rivers will battle at 3:30 Eastern, 2:30 local on Friday, and then Saturday, at the same time, 2:30 Central, 3:30 Eastern, they'll play the 13 seed Hutchinson for the right to go to quarter semis in the NJCAA division, Women's Basketball Championship. Lake Charles, Louisiana, Tundra Arena. And then the semis will be on the 30th, and the championship is Tuesday, March 31st. And that's at 6 Eastern, 5 local time. And that's on ESPNU. That will be. Not all NJCAA championships are on TV, but they have the NJCAA men's and women's basketball championships on TV. And I believe for Division 1. And I know and the NJCAA football championship is also on TV. They have the Division 1 volleyball on there, but it's only like the placing matches and the championship game, like the 7th, 5th, 3rd, and the championship game. And then you have with the consolations, and then I know they have the soccer, but that's only on ESPN Plus for the Final Four, or the semifinals and championship. They're kind of doing it like ESPN would, like NCAA.com used to do for the NJCAA in almost all the sports, like the final site, like softball or baseball or soccer, or volleyball. Like not volleyball, they're not doing the whole final site. So, but they're but a lot of the sports, they're doing the final site, only the whole final site. Or they're running the final games, kind of like the NCAA used to with all the sports before. They decided to put every game of every sport on there, even if ESPN Plus doesn't simulcast the games afterwards. The final site, NCAA.com has the whole rights, so it puts the whole tournament on there. They're deciding to do it for free. Because now I think it's because the ESPN Plus decided to buy the right. ESPN decided to take rights for Division 2 and 3 basketball tournaments. The whole rights, the Elite 8, and then Final 4 for the men's side. And then the Final 4 National Championship for Division 3 for the men's and women's side. And then the Elite 8 Final 4 and Championship for the men's side, or women's side for Division 2. The men's side for Division 2 is CBS has the rights to that game on mainstream CBS. It used to be Saturday before the Final 4 for Division 1. However, this year, it's going to be on, it's going to be in between the 5th Division 1 and 2 championship